I learned how to drink from my family. I learned how to drink hard at university. Everyone at school drank. Most everyone I knew could drink a lot, but over a long enough time to maintain an even buzz. I was the one who couldn't drink enough quickly enough and couldn't stop once I started. It's hard to decide whether the drinking caused my depression or vice versa, but the two were definitely linked. This explains why I had to take an extra year to graduate and why I could not get out of bed for my organic chemistry final. I ended up with a 12 in that course. I also missed many other classes throughout the years. Over the next 30 years, my drinking and depression caused me no end of stress and grief. Since I was working 12-hour night shifts, I had little time for a social life. I became lonely and isolated, and was just easier to drink alone than make friends. Anyone I did find to hang out with, usually co-workers and barflies, was also a heavy drinker. I started to drink at work. I lost more than a couple of jobs and was constantly broke and in debt. My family was constantly angry and disappointed with me. I experienced growing health problems and constant crippling hangovers, but nothing would slow my drinking or cure my depression. Of course, I tried to stop several times, often for a month or more, but withdrawal was hell. Once I even experienced seizures. During one of those dry times, I met my future wife, whom I credit with saving my life. I was hospitalized several times. The most recent, about 18 months ago, was for hypovolemic shock, basically bleeding internally. I was in constant pain, I couldn't walk, and I was hallucinating. My wife forced me into an ambulance where I was told I was 1 or 2 days away from death. In the hospital, I had several bleeding ulcers cauterized, received 4 liters of blood, and had 2 liters of fluid drained from my abdomen. I was also told I had cirrhosis and kidney damage. 4 different doctors, and my wife, told me to quit drinking or die. I chose to live. I stopped drinking in the hospital, of course, but with no withdrawal symptoms, and left 10 days later feeling better than I had in decades. But I needed help. I found a family doctor who recognized my problems and didn't judge me. He started treating my depression and referred me to a liver specialist. I saw a psychiatrist who put me into a 15-week outpatient program at Foothills Hospital. I learned about mindfulness, meditation, and cognitive behavioral therapy. I started attending the SMART recovery program, which is basically AA without the steps and the religion. And of course, my wife was instrumental in keeping me on the straight and narrow path. Recovery for both my drinking and depression has been far from easy. I have relapsed a few times, each time a learning experience to be built upon. But slowly, I'm feeling better each month. I could not have done it on my own, and will remain always grateful to everyone who has helped me get this far.